Seeing Bernie Sanders rail against Trump and others at Coachella, where I think a seat costs what, $600, railing against the system and against the oligarchy and the elite. I love Bernie. Don't get me wrong. I was a huge Bernie supporter when he ran both times, even though he got screwed over by the DNC and just kind of gave up. I was still with him, but it's always just kind of smacked me of hypocrisy that someone who's worth about $3 million is a socialist. Karl Marx himself was a part of the very the very group that he was complaining about. So socialism has always been full of shit, let's be honest. And socialists themselves tend to be from the wealthy elite. And to sit there and rail against folks that are actually doing something because they are wealthy themselves is when you yourself come from the same elite class, it's just hypocrisy at its best. Like you're literally telling a bunch of privileged people who can pay $600 for a seat at Coachella, a bunch of media influencers to go against the oligarchs and all this sort of stuff. You are the oligarch, bro. Like what? And the thing is, this is why this is why the Democrats are losing. Like the whole thing about make America great again. I know this is not a MAGA hat, it's a Maryland hat, but I would get a MAGA hat if any of you want to give me, send me a cash app. I'll buy me a MAGA hat and I'll wear it. But anyway, the the reason why "Make America Great Again" was such a great slogan, it's not about white supremacists or any of that stuff. The Democrats have fooled y'all into thinking that. You know what it's about? It's about making America good again for blue collar workers. The Democrats have completely shunned the working class in the past 20 years. And the whole slogan about making America great again is about doing for the working class again. That's what it's about. And seeing a millionaire rail against a billionaire it, to a bunch of overprivileged people at a Coachella, it 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 just shows why the Democrats are losing.